Hey, this is Victor from Smoky Pan, and today I'm going to make a delicious strawberry lemongrass cheesecake. Don't take my word for it. Just take a look at all these happy customers who've tried this bestseller so far. Go ahead and give them a follow on Instagram if you'd like. So anyway, first I lined a 9-inch pan with parchment paper, then melted a whole stick of butter in a bowl and dumped about 400 grams or about 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs into it. Then I went and eyeballed about half a cup of brown sugar and started mixing it until it started to look like moist sand. Once it does, let's dump it into the pan and press down hard to shape it into a dense 1/4-inch crust. This goes into the freezer. Next, I'm hulling a pound of strawberries and tossing it into a blender with a few tablespoons of sugar. Now the amount of sugar that you put into this depends on how sweet you like your cheesecake. And hulling the strawberry basically means I'm just taking off the top with the leaves and a little bit of the white part. Then I'm going to blend this as smoothly as I can. Now I'm going to take about half a pound of strawberries and chop off the tops and then cut them into thin slices and put them into a cup with a little bit of sugar, maybe a tablespoon or so, just enough to cover the surface areas. These are the strawberries that are going to be used to decorate the tops. So I try to get them as evenly pretty and sliced up as I can. Just go with it, because once you give them a good stir or a good shake and leave them in that cup, the sugar is going to draw the water out. Congratulations, you learned to macerate fruit. Okay, achievement unlocked. Now we've got to get to smashing and then chopping some lemongrass into 1-inch batons to release all their citronella into the jam and also to make it easier to fish out later. Since I've already done a bunch of videos where I chop and smash lemongrass and also forgot to record it for this one, I'm going to go ahead and just, pull up the stock footage. But I'm turning the audio back on so you can enjoy the ASMR action. Transfer your strawberry puree, lemongrass batons, and about 8 to 12 lime leaves onto a nonstick pan and put it on a gentle simmer. Now, if you're smarter than me, you're going to put a lid on this pan, leave it slightly open, and then walk away and work on your cream cheese. So here's a really cold metal bowl that I've had in the freezer. I'm going to add in about a pint of heavy cream and 2 teaspoons or so of powdered sugar. Then I'm going to give that a whisk until we get stiff peaks. In a separate bowl, I've got an 8-ounce block of cream cheese at room temp so it's nice and soft, and I'm going to throw in 500 grams of granulated sugar, then spatula that all together until it's nice and smooth. Once that's accomplished, I'm going to take some of the whipped cream and fold that in gradually to the cream cheese, and try to get them as uniform as possible, so there's no weird little pockets of cream cheese separated from whipped cream. Now it's important that it's homogeneous here and also kind of still stiff because it has to set overnight in the fridge. Okay, back to the pan, where the jam's starting to look like a jam, and the lemongrass and lime leaves have done their job and, shared their flavor with the strawberries. Cool. Now, every chef's favorite task is coming up. Get your strainer, put it over a bowl, and prepare to strain that through. No, there's no way around this. You cannot loosen it with water. I've tried. Trust me, you just gotta go with it. Just go with it. And then about 900 hours later, after you've finally strained out your strawberry lemongrass jam into a bowl, let it cool to room temp before you try to transfer that into a piping bag so that you don't melt the bag. So here things get a little weird because I try a bunch of different tools to try to reduce the air bubbles inside, but found that I just had to flip the bag. Anyway, the point is, do as I say and not as I do, and only fill your bag about halfway before you try to close it. Or else, well, good thing I didn't catch an "or else" on camera. All of our parts are finally ready, so it's time to assemble that cheesecake. So here's the crust straight out of the freezer. And you're smarter than me, so don't go spreading a little bit of jam on the bottom there. I was a little delirious because it had been a couple of hours. Anyway, spread the cream cheese base right on top, and then get a nice even layer. Then we're going to go with the jam on top of that. With this blood sacrifice, I summon. Sorry, wrong video there. Kalima. Oh, hey, okay, still the wrong video. Okay, so you may or may not notice the fiery, smoky thing behind you, and also the fact that the strawberries change shapes. We're gonna go ahead and use those strawberries, because they're still good, I think. And there's going to be some juice left over from the strawberries in the container you used, so put that in a pot, boil it down, then let them cool off a little bit before you pour them on top. As pretty as this thing looks now, it's going to taste even better after it's had a chance to sit in the fridge overnight, or at least 4 hours. So after it's had time to chill, cut it up and serve. I like to finish mine up with some crushed roasted peanuts and some chocolate mint. Enjoy! Stick around for a little bit of a blooper reel. Come on.
Wow!
Yeah, that's